Shivering with cold, the Argonauts rowed quickly past these frozen coasts, where the sun shone at midnight, but did not warm them even at midday. They came then into the northern sea, and passed the land beyond the North Wind, the ultimate islands, which in later days were called Britain. Still on they sailed into the Western Ocean, where it was said the land of Atlantis had sunk beneath the waters not long before, and then south across a stormy bay, until at last the sun grew warmer, and one day Heracles cried, "My friends, we have come back to the known world again. Over yonder stand the two pillars which I set up to mark the entrance to our sea, and to the southward Titan Atlas holds up the heavens upon his mountain peak, while below is the garden of the Hesperides." He told them of his quest for the golden apples, and they marveled at all he had seen and done. They marveled still more when he led them to the garden itself, for there lay the serpent laden, the tip of its tail moving, though it was 15 years since Heracles had slain it with his poisoned arrow. The Argonauts rested in that fragrant land until their strength and health came back to them, and they raised altars and sacrificed to the immortals in gratitude for bringing them safely through such dangers. Then they sailed on once more over the blue Mediterranean Sea, passing between Corsica and Sardinia, and came to Aeaea, the little island where dwelt Medea's aunt, the enchantress Circe. Now, if they had come alone, Circe would have worked some evil enchantment upon the Argonauts. But when she saw Medea, she hastened to make them welcome. And when Medea told of her crime, and the command of Zeus spoken by the magic bow, she purified them all of the blood of Abercertus, and sent them on their way with a load lifted from their hearts. But their adventures were not yet ended. Near to Aeaea was another island which is now called Capri, and on it lived the Sirens. These were once maidens who had played with Persephone, the divine maiden, in that fair field of Enna in Sicily, from which Hades carried her away to be queen of the dead. They had prayed to have rings, so as to go through the world in search of her, and Demeter granted their wish. But in some strange way they turned to evil, and so were doomed to live on their beautiful island and lure sailors to their death. They still had rings, but they had the claws and tails of birds also, and they sang so sweetly that no man who heard could resist their singing. For whoever heard that wonderful song forgot all else, plunged into the waves, and swam to shore, and there the Sirens would catch him with their sharp claws and tear him to pieces. But it was fated that if anyone could resist their singing and sail away unhurt, then the Sirens would meet their end.